We're back with my nearest and dearest, Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu. So we grew and we grew up, and now we are moms. Do you think you're a different person now, Lucy, than you were then? Like, aside from us knowing each other and our friendship, just you as a human?
I think in my 20s, I felt very bulletproof and very, I don't want to say it was risk-taking, because it was beyond that. It was like I didn't really care if I lived or died. I just didn't. And I lost my father a few years ago, and I didn't really recognize the levels that we have in our lives. And, like he was a place in my life that was always sort of a kind of a roof, and so suddenly you feel like the roof has been torn off, and then you sort of recognize, oh, I am now the roof, and I happen to have a child, so I guess I'm the roof to that child. So now I really have to understand that I have to shelter him, and I have to I have a responsibility, and it's a very powerful thing. It's also terrifying. If I think about it, I think my heart was smaller back then because it was sort of more inclined to what I wanted to do, but now it's sort of like, what do we want to do? And it feels good because I feel like a fuller person. Like life seems much more, kind of colorful and wild because there's so many more opportunities as a mom to kind of like discover, and there's so much more curiosity with kids, and it's mind-blowing, and it's actually more terrifying in a way, because you're also responsible for this little person.
Highest stakes.
So it's like, oh my God, I thought I was on a ride back then, a wild ride, but actually it's now that it's even more intense.
Well, you nailed it, because you're just dealing with your own mortality. And all of a sudden, when you have a kid, I don't care if it sounds codependent, my kids are more meaningful to me than my own life.
I think there's something that in our DNA that gets triggered, like that just clicks on. When you become a parent, you have to make sure that they survive. They go on. We will die. I'm sorry to get like morbid, and this is those times when Drew goes, really? You're gonna die? Do we have to talk about that? But like,
for your first show, it's all about mortality.
I know. I think I'm ready to talk about
CBS is
death.
like, wait a minute.
I think I'm no longer a young idiot who thinks I am immortal, which I'm glad to know I'm not. I wasn't the only one. I mean, I hurled myself around. I abused this carcass to no end. And I just thought, true, I was going to die young. So who cares? Live now and go for it. And now, 2020 will make you think about your mortality. Children will make you think about your mortality.
My 20s, it was just sort of like, here we go. Yeah, all right, yeah, jump on that. Gotcha. Oh, is that a wild horse? Oh, cool, yeah. No, I know how to hold on for my life. Let's go,
There's such a liberation in that, too, though, And
yeah, I'm so glad I did it all.
When I thought about trying to accomplish something big in my life at another point, you two were the people I did it with. And so, of course, what a natural fit that you're the two people that came into my head and my heart when I thought, how would I like to honor this endeavor? I see myself with you guys.
Exactly what the world needs. They need your light. They need your joyousness. They need your perspective. One of the things that I have always been in total awe of in you is your ability to like take in all the information, how quick you are to not just like what's in front of you, but like the nuances and the sort of the humanity and intellect. You read more books than any person I know. You listen to more music, you look at more art, you watch more television and film. You're actually taking in all the information and you're synthesizing it, and you're bringing it into this really unique perspective that is all about how it like connects all of us together, even if it doesn't feel like it has anything to do with one another. And you bring it to the world in this joyous, beautiful, like buoyant light that is you. And you give, it's a gift. It's like truly a gift that you give the world. And you're gonna make the world a happier, better place by giving us that gift.
You have a big soul and a big heart. And doing this show is really special and wonderful because you have something to share, and you have gone through tough times in your life. You've had issues with your family. You've had issues with, like marriages, divorces. You have something to share. And I don't know that I can say that about a lot of things. I've never been married. I've never been divorced. I haven't done a lot of the things that you have. So to me, the experience that you have and that you have to share is exciting. And I think that you should feel free to do that because that's who you are. You're a very open, generous person.
I asked you guys here so I could honor you today. That's what this was about for me.
Yeah, but you can't honor us without us honoring you. This is the symbiotic relationship, and you have to be able to give and take, and understand that a lot of times when I give a friend a compliment, they can't take it, and it's time for us to receive.
Well, as you said at one of my weddings, when you read the E.E. Cummings poem, I carry your heart in my heart. And I carry both of you in my heart. I always have. I always will. Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
And thank you. And to thank you. And to thank you. Listen, man, I'm going to be thinking tonight in my bed, wondering how I got so lucky to live a life with you guys. Thank you more than words can ever say.
Can't wait to see the rest of the season.
We're going to celebrate a lot of things here on this show, and friendship is certainly one of them.